好，那麻烦呢场上的球员停止赛前练习。今天呢新竹街口工程师天堂 M 主题周活动马上就要开始喽。 本周呢，新竹街口工程师的主题周活动，与呢天堂 M 呢共同呢联名呢举办。天堂 M 呢在2018年4月打造了首次的工程战的比赛，也陆陆续续呢推出在2019年的世界工程战，2022年全新制的世界工程战，持续呢带给玩家呢多元而且呢新鲜的赛事玩法以及呢稀有的奖励。为了迎接呢工程战的4周年。 天堂 M 呢再次携手新竹街口工程师，将与玩家以及呢所有的球迷朋友热血欢庆。新竹街口工程师与天堂 M 呢主题周活动正式开始。各位呢，现场呢所有的球迷朋友，以及呢来到了我们新竹街口工程师主场的朋友呢，大家午安。我是呢新竹街口工程师的主持人志燕，那也很开心，那也很荣幸。 所有呢新竹街口工程师的家人朋友，对于呢我之前呢一些个人的脱序，给予呢这么大的一个包容，以及呢很多的建议。那未来呢我会呢持续呢做好呢我的本分的工作，持续呢来为大家服务。那在这边呢也跟呢所有的球迷朋友呢说声抱歉，之前呢我做的不太对，谢谢大家，谢谢，谢谢。 那也请呢，大家呢可以将呢目光焦点呢锁定在呢我们球场上面，给予呢在背后呢有相当多幕后的工作人员，以及呢勤奋努力的这些球员，给予他们最热情的掌声跟你们的支持。相信呢这也是呢台湾篮球之福。在今天的活动呢即将正式展开了，所以呢也请呢现场的朋友，等一下呢务必呢用您最热情的掌声以及呢欢呼声、尖叫声来欢迎呢接下来呢为大家带来表演的团体。 接着呢，我们今天呢是天堂 M 的主题周，现场呢除了有丰富的互动摊位之外，牧师女孩也特别呢 cosplay 成为呢我们天堂 M 的一个角色，绝对呢会让大家耳目一新。想尖叫就大声尖叫，没有关系。活动开始之前，我们邀请喜事 and Let's Go。 我知道呢，你们都在录影，没有办法拍手，来一点欢呼声跟尖叫声。精彩的表演呢，现场的朋友，我们来一点欢呼声以及掌声，并且呢，举起呢我们天堂 M 工程战士的手举牌，好不好？来，大家一起把手举牌举起来，让呢所有的媒体朋友呢进行一个合影。谢谢我们，谢谢呢喜事呢，以及呢那 single， 以及我们牧师女孩，我们 cosplay 呢，我们呢在天堂 M 当中的一个角色，谢谢大家。精彩的比赛呢，马上就要展开了。首先呢，要为大家介绍呢，今天呢来访的客队台北富邦勇士篮球队。球衣编号0号赖廷恩，球衣编号1号林书伟，2号简伟如，球衣编号3号张宗宪，8号周桂宇。球衣编号11号琼斯，12号林志杰，球衣编号13号林梦璇，14号蔡文成，球衣编号21号曾祥军，23号石伯恩，球衣编号29号张根玉。76号曾文鼎，台北富邦勇士篮球队总教练许晋哲，助理教练吴永仁、魏维、林伟浩、张志胜，以及呢领队欢迎蔡成儒 Chris。现场的所有球迷朋友 ，Are you ready？在呢，我们现场呢，除了呢我们纸箱安口以及呢我们最可爱的 Ready 之外，我们街口托付出也来到活动现场，为新竹街口工程师加油！现场的朋友 ，Ready to roll！ 跟着节奏一起拍手喽！ 首先呢，登场呢是我们球衣背号5号工程师的进攻箭头宋宇轩。球衣背号9号精灵系的阳光控卫小田浩。球衣背号11号全力冲刺毫无保留孙呐肖胜义。这个登场呢是球衣背号52号人称澳门巨塔阿成龙立生。球衣背号54号休息室的精神领袖蓝珠涵吴代豪。接着呢，为各位介绍新竹街口工程师先发舞的名单 ，Starting Five。工程师。马上呢，第一位呢为各位介绍呢是我们球衣背号24号，用尽全力为了每一场比赛胜利，称霸郭少杰。那么7场均呢25.2分，目前呢得分榜排名第2名，满满的气氛大师法师。接着登场呢是联盟呢目前的得分王、篮板王，而且呢单场呢最多篮板纪录的保持人，欢迎狮王辛巴。接着登场呢是我们球衣背号8号弹无虚发的选秀状元小烈朱云豪。最后呢，为各位介绍球衣背号4号，手烫的手感呢相当火烫，持续高档发挥 ，OK 啦，高国豪。新竹街口工程师总教练林冠伦，助理教练沈星汉，防护员欧国宏、黄建元，影片分析师于继伦，以及我们体能教练黄胜富。总经理高景言，领队 Lisa 姐。好，接下来呢，要请呢我们现场的朋友，一样将你的右手呢举出来喽，跟着呢我们蓝珠涵要一起来喽。Lioneers respect。好，那麻烦呢双方的球员呢在场中央呢稍作留步一下。那么麻烦呢双方的球员在场中央，我们要进行一个合影。我们邀请呢Joe以及呢 Chris 跟2队的选手呢做一个合影，好吗？好，那我们邀请呢Joe以及呢我们领队 Chris 那一起呢做个合影。好，那我们先拍呢第一个卡哦。好，看一下呢我们中间的摄影机。 好，那我们接着呢，是不是也邀请来 wait a moment， 稍后一下。那我们还有呢，邀请了我们义隆电子我们的贵宾，是不是呢也一同呢上台做一个合影？好，那我们也欢迎了我们宣拔。好，一样呢，看一下呢我们中间的摄影机。好，宣拔动作相当标准。好，谢谢。今天呢，精彩的比赛呢，马上就要开始喽！好，那麻烦呢，今天呢，义隆电子的同仁来看一下呢，前面的摄影机。那也欢迎呢义隆电子的这些的同仁们，今天呢用实际行动来支持呢台湾的篮球，谢谢。
시작은 늘 설레게 하지 모든 걸 이겨낼 것처럼 시간을 뒤쫓는 시계바늘처럼 앞질러 가고 싶어 하지 그로 누운 손을 넘어 저마다 삶을 향해 때론 원망도 하겠지 넘지 말라고 I can fly the sky never gonna stay 내가 지쳐
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Welcome to this Sunday night broadcast of P.LEAGUE basketball. With the season winding down, we're treated to this potential playoff matchup. The Taipei Fubon Braves, the visitors, against the Hsinchu Lioneers, the home team. Currently, this is the number 2 and number 3 seeded teams who wouldn't face each other. The Lioneers, with a win today, can actually leapfrog 2 teams. Currently sitting at 13 and 9. They'll be even in records, and with this win, they'll have the head-to-head advantage 3-2.
That's right. Both teams have beat each other twice and just one game apart in the loss column, and so they could be even after today, and it's a big mental thing. Going into the playoffs, it's getting closer. These games start feeling more and more intense. They feel like they have more and more weight every day.
Earlier this afternoon, the Steelers headed to Taoyuan Arena and defeated the Pilots, so they are now just a half game back. Those two teams barely hanging on to a potential playoff spot. On screen now is our Mandarin broadcast colleagues. On the left is Xiaohu, Hu Jingqi, and on the right is Mark. 请我给球迷朋友们，你找到了英文转播，要看小胡跟奎哥的转播，按中文的转播连接。那谢谢你收看，记得转播按赞。Well, we might carry a little bit of more confidence in the Lioneers today. In fact, they do have a little bit of a roster advantage as the Braves will be only able to play one import in this game, and they've chosen Perry Jones the third because Michael Singletary got the 6 special fouls, which means they'll be short one import.
Yeah, that's tough for the Braves. Obviously, they're a veteran team. These guys know how to work through sort of those, you know, being a man down and knowing that they have other options that can step up. But against the Lioneers team that's won 4 straight in a row and looking to, you know, snatch that second spot in the seeding, it's not going to come easy today for the Braves.
The one thing that they can be comforted in is their first 2 matchups head-to-head. The Braves were able to take here in Hsinchu, and then the Lioneers turned around. They won 2 at Heping. So right now, this season series is kind of hard to figure out.
我觉得帮助蛮大的吧，就是面对在国际赛场上面对的球员，就是每个国家最好的球员，所以不管是经验还是身体素质上都有蛮让我可以去学习的地方，然后还有他们的技术，对，都蛮让我可以学习的。那就是希望可以把学习的东西发挥到为现在的霹雳联盟当中，这样对，知道自己在转型这方面的表现目前没有那么的突出，那就是其实就是保持自信心。那看到国豪这几场的表现，其实也蛮有感触的吧，就是看他。因为我相信他也是经过很长时间的低潮，才有现在现在这个表现，所以自己也是会持续努力吧，就是不会因为可能几场的比赛、几个月的比赛，然后导致表现不好，就导致让自己的信心就是完全没有，就是还是要保持信心，然后想办法就是一场一场比越来越好这样子，对。
On the season, Josh is averaging a 1-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Not good enough for a guy that they're trying to make into a point forward.
Yeah, that's a tough ratio right there. Obviously, as the season goes on, he's still has time to improve that. That experience will help, and so that international experience can be huge for guys too. Their confidence, their exposure to higher levels, or just the competitive, passionate nature that those international games are played at can do wonders.
In the 3 games played, Josh's best was the middle one against Japan, 21 points in the face of Yuta Nishida for Team Japan, who scored 27 himself. Best of luck to those 2 gentlemen. So this is the first time in Plus League history that the Braves will be playing with 1 import. Last season, Zheng Wenting was suspended for using his elbow too much on a drive, but in Plus League rules, when your import is suspended, you actually lose a spot because the current league language of 2+1, that might be something we'd look to change into the future.
Yeah, you could go about it different ways. It is going to play a factor in today's game, that's for sure, and it's played a factor in other games where teams have.
个人意义其实是并没有什么特别的意义，就是一场例行赛，然后就做好我们球员该有的准备，然后当然大家都不想输，所以就是尽全力去拼胜这样子。因为之前我们连败的时候，我们有开一个会议，然后就是把自己觉得可能当时不敢讲的事情就直接讲出来，然后当然都是缺点了，然后就大家可以就是包容的包容，然后体谅的体谅，然后改进的改进。所以现在我们的气氛就是大多都是鼓励为主，然后所以大家的信心才会慢慢的越来越好。
So with every win, their confidence is growing, and certainly the Lioneers right now only second to the Kings, who themselves are on a big winning streak. But back to Xiao Sui. Season high 31 minutes played, 15 points, and 6 rebounds, including 2 dunks at the basket, if you can count that one. Those are season highs, and actually his Plus League career highs.
Yeah,
last year's marking game 30.
Yeah, it was a big game for him yesterday. He came out energized, team off the bench, and his defense, his length, athleticism, and just getting one of those players getting smarter and smarter, knowing what his coaches expect from him from the Lioneers.
He was a UBA scoring champion in the the year 2013 and 2015, had his struggles trying to transition into the pro level. Now the Lioneers currently on a 2-game winning streak against the Braves, as we mentioned, both at Hoping Stadium, averaging way more points, even grabbing less rebounds, interestingly enough. The big key, though, is the 3-point percentage there on the bottom, 48% to 29, which is even better than their season mark of 27%.
Yeah, they did shoot the 3-ball well, even in their last matchup against the Braves. That last game, they were shot 50% from deep, and they did that by shooting less than 20 3-point shots compared to the Braves, who shot over 50 3-point attempts during the game. Not a bad percentage, but just a different look when you got a team that's settling for so many outside shots.
Now we'll bring you the starting lineup for the Braves. It'll be Lai Ting-en, Jianwei Lu, Zhou Guoyu, who we mentioned in the pregame, Hsinchu, along with Perry Jones III. So basically all subs for now. We'll break that down as the game tips off. For the Lioneers, it'll be the same starting lineup as yesterday. Oscar, joined by Nick Faust, Guo Shaojie, Zhu Yunhao, and Sin Bu are jumping center. 3 referees on this game, led by crew chief in the middle, Xie Wenwei. All 3 of those gentlemen were referees of the Plus League last season.
5、4、3、2、1，请开球。谢谢。
On this special event weekend, Tian Tang M, player and now broadcaster, throwing up the ceremonial opening tip. As we mentioned, the Braves going with basically 3 locals who would usually not start.
Yeah, when you've lost 2 in a row to a team, coaches can try to get creative and mix it up and disguise things. See what the Braves can do.
Jianwei Lu starts things off with a corner 3, and the Braves immediately got a full court man going on. The other side, the Lioneers started with man defense, which is different. Again, the last matchup, they played almost exclusively in zone. Now Sim getting doubled. To the other side, Guo Shaojie hits his own 3.
What a start for these 2 teams. Going back to last game, it was a high-scoring affair.
Miss from the other corner as we get to see Nick Faust letting his hair loose a little bit.
Faust would like to have a sort of a bounce-back game. Did not have his best showing yesterday, even though his team was able to get that win.
Zhu Yunhao with an offensive rebound, forcing a foul. And the Braves can't let that happen. They're already at a disadvantage in ways, and if the locals are going to be grabbing offensive boards, they're going to have no chance.
Yeah, and that's a big thing to note. Going back to last game with these 2 teams, a lot of things were even. You know, they had a similar turnover and assist ratio. Shooting was similar in some ways from their percentages beyond the arc. But 2 things that really stood out was the amount of defense. The Lioneers grabbing 15 more rebounds than them. And, you know, that makes a big difference. And the amounts of points in the paint. You know, just the 2-point field goals that the Lioneers were able to score more than 10 field goals from inside the 3-point line than the Braves were in that matchup.
0 for 2 trip. Now Lioneers back in zone as there's a fall off of the basketball. Guo Shaojie and Perry Jones tied up close to the basket.
Yeah,
One foul apiece.
Easy way to try to distract and get the Braves off their game is show zone, go back to man, and maybe mix that up throughout the game, try to confuse this younger lineup.
Zhou Guoyu bricks the bank shot. That was kind of his best range in the said 21-point game against Team Japan. Then fires it across the Faust. Over to Shaojie on the right side. His arc is good.
2 threes for him, and he found success in that game yesterday as well. One of those players that stepped up in that win against the Dreamers, and he's keeping things rolling here today.
Perry Jones with his mid-range leaves it short. Zhu Yunhao might get credit for a partial block there. This is the play that's worked the best for the Lioneers. Oscar and Sim in the pick and roll. Now here Paul fires from the left side. Too strong with it. The Lioneers are certainly going to get their open looks. It's Lioneers. Get a foul out of Oscar.
Yeah, good job by the Braves to push here in transition. We see the replay. Three-point shot in the corner. That time Oscar looked like a lot of ball. He's going to go to the line. So Braves earned 2 free throws.
On the season, he is leading the Lioneers. And three-point percentage is lighting at 38.5%, 5th in the Plus League. Usually a guy they like to bring off the bench to really increase the tempo of the game, getting the start here. Missing 2 though.
That time pass a little bit too quick. Not able to control it. Turnovers were not a factor in these guys' last matchup. They both did well in that department, but that could be a deciding thing here today. The Braves, definitely a veteran team, know how to take care of the basketball, get good shots.
Now G72 overshoots it. Utah with another good contest. And Lioneers fouls in transition. Another foul not against Sim Bular.
One thing that the Lioneers had success on yesterday was transition points, getting out, getting some easy looks. So far today, nothing fast break points, but you can see on that time fouls there. And all of the Lioneers trying to be intentional about pushing the pace of the game.
Nostalgia spinning one way, then the other, getting the foul. He had his best Plus League career high of 18 points against the Braves. Against his former team, shaking off his former teammate, Lewis.
Yeah, great job there. Nice little pump fake. Such a weapon that can be used. Sanjay making the most of it.
Makes the first. And there's his son. That's why he's got the nickname Chen Fa, because his son's nickname is Chen Chen. You see on the jersey. There's your Mandarin lesson for the broadcast.
Copy that.
The 2-for-2 trip. He did score 14 points in yesterday's game as well. The Lioneers finding more success, kind of out of necessity, partly because of injury, but partly because of Ryan Li Hui's suspension. Playing smaller when it worked out for them. Terry Jones gets to the rim, lays it in for 2.
Great job by Terry Jones on that time. You know, even with Bular in there, don't want to shy away from attacking the lane.
They get the pass to Bular, who lays it in for 2, and he's hustling all the way down on defense. Then Hsinchu called for out of bounds. Got the foot on the baseline. Lioneers starting things off quick and feeling that momentum too. Terry Jones guarding him. Oh, goes behind the back to the hoop. Looked like he might have been blocked at the rim. That was the momentum. Terry Jones with the early finger roll.
Those are key baskets there in transition, attacking the lanes. Terry Jones, this Braves team, they need to get those easy shots in the paint, and Jones providing that early here for the Braves.
Now another early foul as Nick Faust makes a deep one. That won't count.
Bular not in the picture. Braves taking advantage in transition. That time just a little bit too aggressive from the Braves off the pick and roll. They're trying to be aggressive, trapping those pick and roll guards.
Oscar jump, but it's going to be a foul. No continuation, but it'll be 2 free throws. The Braves have already committed 5 on the quarter. Well, Nick Faust doesn't need to feel too bad, because today we've been informed that Devin Robinson has set the Plus League record with 10 turnovers in a game, so Nick Faust's 9 will kind of be just a footnote.
Yeah, still though, you look at that, Faust is a guy, he wants his team to do well, but he has expectations, high expectations for himself too. So he definitely wants to come out here, something to prove, take care of that basketball, be a little bit more productive to help his team get the win today. See if the new hairstyle is going to be able to help with that.
That's a free trip for Oscar. Already won week MVP for the week of 16. See if he can have a repeat performance. Yesterday already was 23 points. Someone in the game. This is it to Barry Jones. His three is good.
Mixing it up. Dangerous inside. Good drive by Jones. Kicks it out. Relocates. Something that smart players are able to do is find the open spot on the court.
Saltia goes to the basket. Had that one stripped. And there's the landlord. Beating everybody to hoop with a two-handed slam.
Yeah, great finish by landlord, but even a better pass to set it up.
Oscar with an early floater, and the Braves tip it to each other. Josh with the early three. It's up and in. Now the Braves take the lead 15-11.
A lot of firepower on this Braves team offensively.
Now Josh jumps the pass. It's going to be a foot race. He wins it. Lewis there, lays it in. Lioneers call timeout. Braves doing what? Executing on the Bullard rules, running out in transition. Our first break in the action. Get to enjoy some of these highlights before we go.
好，接着呢是我们要进行的是我们天堂 M 的 Cam， 跟着高国豪一起这样做，来跟着高国豪做这个动作，不是拿纸板，来跟着高国豪这样做，来 Tomo， 哦 Tomo 做的很标准哦，那有被拍到的朋友来换你的，记得呢到了我们服务台可以呢领取呢限量的纪念品。 有被 Q 到的朋友很好，哇，很厉害哦。
The Taipei Fubon Braves with the early lead as they are the second best scoring team in the first quarter. The Lioneers, #1 in the league, 27 per first quarter. Big part of going to sit Bullard early and often. They've moved away from that strategy, but now the Braves taking advantage of their pace.
Yeah, and you go back to last game. The Lioneers were able to score 39 points in the first quarter. And so that's a little bit of pace and pushing it. That's a lot of Bullard being very efficient under the basket. But when the Braves can get those tips and steals and transition and easy points, that makes it a lot easier for them.
Here are some of the Brave children taking the mic in. Looks like they need to take their Mandarin classes because 大黄蜂 is a big yellow bee when his name is 大黄蜂, which is the landlord. In creative marketing or maybe opportunistic journalism, whichever way you look at it.
Braves still in this full court pressure. Makes it harder for the Lioneers to set up their offense, and you got different guys handling it. Sets take longer to develop and harder to get Bullard maybe the ball where he wants it.
Guarded by the landlord. Chen getting the bounce. Now let's see the Braves run. Chen is back first. Lewis made one earlier. Now 3 straight misses. Oscar left wide open. His shot, all net.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy that's been as hot as Oscar that wide open and transition. That time just a mistake by the Braves, and back-to-back good possessions for the Lioneers coming from the timeout.
by Lai Ting-e. Terry Jones. This is the follow-up. Started for the Lioneers. As Salgia drives and kicks to nothing. Another sim possession. He puts it up, and it's going to be a foul on Jones.
Yeah, good patience there by the Lioneers again. You know, you get 2 post entries. Salgia had maybe an open look in the corner 3 off the first outlet pass, but they were patient, got it back into their big fella, and we see right there, Sim Bular getting some contact on the arm on the way up.
Now the Braves bring in a number of their would-be starters, and Joseph Lin, Jet Chang, and Brendan Smart. Also coming as number 29, the former Italian pilot, Jackie Zhang Kenyu. Might see a lot of these line changes for the Braves. No subs for the Lioneers, even on a back-to-back. Want to keep their best lineup out there. They've won 4 straight games, trying to extend on that and make it 5 as Sim erases that jet layup. Here comes the Lioneers foul. On the beat, missing the layup. Try to go fancy there.
Beginning to wonder if he ever goes any other way but fancy. Faust always has a little extra spice on his shot.
Joseph Lin misses her first shot attempt. After the spin, leaving it short. Jones with the rebound. Here come the Braves. Savage kick, lands in the right corner. No good. A lot of mysteries so far. Easy opportunity down low.
Bullard just really setting that up, got his hands up in the air. He really worked hard that time to beat the defense down the court, and Oscar and him showing that chemistry. Oscar knew right where to put it.
Yeah, with a tough fadeaway. Tying the game up. Oscar driving left, finding space, left alone. He hits the mid-range.
What makes him dangerous, even with that little off balance, he can stop so quickly. Even if he's fading, can find the bottom of that net on that mid-range game.
Now the Braves call timeout, probably giving their guys a breather. So far in the game, the top scorer on the Braves side is Jones with a 7. For Lioneers, Sim Bular, 7. Guo Shaojie with 8 points. A couple made threes helping. Oscar scoring efficiently from 2-point range. Has been big for the Lioneers. He provides that scoring threat from the mid-range.
Yeah, that aspect of his game has been clutch as he continues to get more deadly from 3-point. You know, those are the reasons why he's winning MVP of the Week awards.
While we do praise the performances of Nick Faust against the Braves, or Sim Bular all season leading in scoring and rebounding, but the Lioneers, like all teams in the Plus League, basically your local players in wins and losses, actually there's a score difference of 11, and that's been true for the Lioneers in this winning streak.
Yeah, when you can get those guys, your local players, to produce at the high level like the Lioneers did yesterday, and guys shooting threes and them transition basketball, you know, cutting down on turnovers, all those things play a key factor. It's, you know, these games and this sport of basketball is not won by individuals. You know, you need so many key pieces.
Out of the timeout, Xiao Sun-yi comes in for Guo Shaojie on the Lioneers side. Mentioned him in the pregame. On the season, only 9 minutes played per game, but might get more with Evan Lee Jiarei's injury. And then a re-screen. Jed takes another tough one. Big bouncing out. out. Down low. Can't get the shot up. Brendan Smart saves it for a transition rebound. Jackie to the rim, missing it, and the foul on the second attempt.
That was to the replay. Nice bounce pass. Got that first look and just being aggressive on the offensive glass in transition. They'll tie the game at the stripe.
Smart knocked down the first one. Having a really solid sophomore season in the Plus League. He started 2 games prior to this, but he's now averaging 17 minutes per game.
Yeah, smart player, goes with the name, but provides just quality basketball off the bench most of the time for the Braves.
Oscar driving on Smart, pulls up. Would be a tricky move, gets it again. Now throws away, not on the same page with Ringhal. That's kind of the thing, that if you have only one ball handling point guard out there, he's going to be in the mid-range game. The guy that's furthest back is not going to be a point guard. Jackie can't shake off Chelsea. So Landlord takes a deep 3. Mark can't get the rebound. It'll be for the Braves. It'll be for the Lioneers. With a big time 3 and a big miss. As Sim called for the pushing on the rebound.
Yeah, Lioneers had a couple sets a few minutes ago where they really looked fluid in their offense. That time, you know, you don't mind that shot in transition, but when there's an opportunity to be a little bit more patient, maybe look at that 3 off of a kick out from Bular, then that might be a better opportunity for them.
The push shot by Joseph Chen. He's going to foul on the rebound.
Yeah, Joseph just going for the ball there. No ill intent, just losing balance on the way down. Just a little tap on the wrist, a little grab on the wrist.
More free throws for the Lioneers. A little bit of a stoppage as the Braves getting Terry Jones back in the game. Tianhao in for the Lioneers. Tianhao was kind of the Lioneers' answer to Lai Tingun. Yesterday, 7 points and 4 assists.
Yeah, he really got the pace moving and brought a good energy to the game. Got several guys involved. Those assists don't tell the whole story for how he was able to manage the Lioneers offense when he was on the court yesterday.
Hall improves and now has a 1-for-2 free throw trip. Landload, bad pass to Smart, who takes the fadeaway in Bullar's face. Early pass, intercepted by Smart. Braves not playing with too much urgency now, get the foul. As Sim Bullar finally entering the picture.
Yeah, Bullar just a little disappointed on the pass on the previous possession. Still got to hustle back. Almost a clean strip from Tianhao, but called for the foul. A little bit too much arm with the ball.
We apologize for right now some internet issues when it comes to our statistics getting uploaded to the database as Jones misses the first free throw. Jones already with 7 points and 2 rebounds. Still over at the line. Big foul. Second on the team with 9 rebounds. Always do that. Take it up himself. Foul from the left side. Buries it.
That's what this crowd has been waiting for. Faust just needed to see the ball go through the hoop like that once. He did have one yesterday, but shooting percentage was not at its normal place, and Lioneers would love to see him get hot here, especially with Sim on the bench.
His first points of the game, as on the other side, Wesley Wudaihao called for the foul on Jet stride.
Yeah, I feel like Wesley was in a right spot, moved his feet well, but just that little arm bar push was enough to get the call. Got to be disciplined, keep those hands out off the offensive player when they're driving to the hoop.
Played very little in previous weeks, but number 14, Taiwanton, in the game. Super smart. In the SBL, Taiwanton, known as a power forward, but in the Plus League, kind of playing all over the place, and reasonably so. He's only 190 centimeters.
Yeah, he's blessed with some extra intelligence. Just a very knowledgeable, player of the game. Knows how to be in the right spot at the right time. Had a great SBL career.
Both teams leaving points at the line. The Lioneers currently lead by 3. No look pass. Can't help. Gets it to Wudaihao for 2. A little bit of Lioneers pressure that Jet gets out of. His 3 goes up. Big bounce out. Left Faust, losing balance. Takes it to Tian Hao. On the dribble handoff, Saljie to Wesley. Reverse, bounces out. Joseph Lin, foot on the line. Another Lioneers possession.
And this is the scary thing, for the Braves when Sim Bular is out of the game. All of a sudden, all the rest of the Lioneers feel like, okay, now it's our time to be aggressive. So they're much less predictable in this offensive set.
He's fresh in the game, guarding Saljie. Faust right to the hands of Joseph Lin, and Tian Hao picks him from behind. Runs into Winston. Over to Xiao Sui, who gets it over Harry Jones III.
What a great spin on the reverse. Reached out that arm as long as he needed to get that shot off and puts it in. And great hustle and energy, both defensively and offensively right now for the Lioneers.
He puts up a 3 to beat the buzzer. No good. Lioneers end the first quarter up by 7.
That was a great quarter, great finish by the Lioneers. Ups and downs for both teams, but getting it done.
谢谢呢，牧师女孩。OK， 现场的朋友，大家不知道有没有发现一件事情？今天呢，陈千恩虽然有登录，但是呢没有来到呢比赛的现场，因为呢陈千恩的第3个宝宝，那昨天呢他们已经去医院，那千恩呢现在呢也在医院，看着我们的电视，1、2、3，我们一起喊，我说陈千恩，大家喊恭喜好不好？来，陈千恩！恭喜！陈千恩的第3个狮子军也已经呢来到，陈杰呢也加入了我们狮
We've
子
been
军的
informed
一员
in the stadium, and congratulations are deserved to the Tan family, Elliot and wife delivering their 3rd child, and being so immediate that even relatives are being informed right now.
Yep. First son for their family. They have 2 daughters, and daughters always enjoy being fans of the games here.
Might have had a little bit of a hydration malfunction there by the Lioneers bench. Or maybe they need some extra exposure for those mop boys over there. So to start the 2nd quarter off, Guo Shaojie inbound to Dian Hong, joined by Wu Daihao, Xiao Sun, and Nick Faust. Spin move, blocked by Jones. Now Faust from the outside. Rainbow was good looking, but no good. By Dian back in. Winston, the runner, missed.
Not a shot he'd normally miss.
Down below, Chelsea misses this reverse.
And that one might have been even easier than the one he had a couple minutes ago.
All the time in the world playing that 3 with the Braves, missing a lot of these open ones. Nick Faust to the hoop.
That's big. Faust struggled attacking the basket yesterday, so far today, but when you can get above the rim and throw it down that hard, that's sure to go in.
Right, Fancy behind the back gets to...
Man, what a behind the back move to split the defense. Crafty.
He gets his defensive assignment as the coaches were urging the Braves to press. They do have more healthy bodies. Nick Faust sends the up and under.
A great bounce pass on the back door by Wesley to set that up, and Faust showing off that hang time.
Good move by Winston. Another tough shot. This one, he gets it off the glass.
Yeah, he's not as tall as most power forwards, but definitely knows how to use his body to get those shots off.
Nick Faust in that with that 3. In the SBL, for a long time, they can only play with 1 import, and Winston, being the smart rebounder he was, often called the Bentu Yangjiang. Bular and Oscar coming back in together.
Yeah, a few minutes of rest on the bench for them. And right back out there, ready to go. But key for the Lioneers that, you know, they're able to keep that lead, not have any dip with 2 of their starters out. Bular will expect to play a lot in the 4th quarter, so every minute he can get a rest in the first 3 quarters is crucial.
Nobody wants to take the shot until Smart. Now Beast. Out from behind by Bular, they say.
Yeah, Beast doing an amazing job sealing off, getting the rebound. And I think if there was much contact on that one, it might have been Beast initiating with the offhand. Although, you know, could have been some body involved. Hard to see from that angle of the replay. But Sim certainly didn't think there was much to it.
The only player in the game with 2 personal fouls as the free throw struggles continue for the Braves. Right now on the game, 3 for 9. Only 3 for 12 from three-point range as well.
And they started out hitting a couple of their first threes of the game, so they definitely have gotten cold from beyond the arc in this last 10, 11 minutes of the game.
Salche goes down and hops back up. Tianhao is trying to create. Wesley left open, getting the layup.
Wow, and that's what we talked about from Tianhao. Just so good. Keeps that ball so well on the under control with the dribbles, but really gets those passes timing to his teammates, just to make those plays happen.
Ray Jones can't finish through Salche. Are providing the outlet pass. The basket, ricochet to Wesley.
Bullard getting lucky there. That pass was not going to go down.
Good for the putback dunk. Oscar with the miss. So immediately they want to get another pass at the floor. It is rather warm in Hsinchu.
Crucial that the Braves get those rebounds, because when the Lioneers get multiple chances or when it goes into the hands of Sim Bullard down there, it's definitely going to be 2 points. And just one of those categories, they struggled against this team last time they met, and it's continuing to be a deciding factor so far here early in this game.
Goes around the world and gets it out. This three-point attempt, another miss. On the season, the Lioneers lead the league in rebounds, 56 per game. 15.9 on the offensive end. Oscar running low, getting the foul over aggressive Josh on the contest.
Yeah, and that's tough. When you play good defense for 22, 23 seconds, speaking of the Braves, and then you bail them out with just a tap there on the arm, shooting a tough floater. You just contest that. If it goes in, it goes in. But you don't want to bail someone like Oscar out and let him go to the free throw line and get more points on the board.
Braves' first foul comes 3 minutes and 7 seconds into the second. At this time in the first quarter, they're already got 4 fouls, putting the Lioneers in the bunch for the rest of the quarter. So Oscar now with 8 points. Number 8 will come in.
That high-low action.
Josh leaves the 3 short. The Lioneers in transition. Dribbling the clock out. After his three was a miss. To the basket with the left hand this time.
Yeah, Jones wanted that ball in the last possession in the post. That time Jones, seeing that Sim was running with his back to the basket, able to use that speed, push it to 5th gear right there, blow by dribble, and a nice finish with the left hand. So important. Even some of the best imports or most athletic guys in the league, you know, just the fundamentals, being able to finish with left and right hand. Jones is showing us how important that was.
And a quick stoppage to swap out basketball. Hall left open on the left side. His three is a miss. Jones did solid hit. The foul. Let's see who it's on. Oscar was in the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, Jones just putting his head down. Bullard not in the picture yet, and Jones wanting to take advantage. Go strong to the lane. Last time for the layup. This time, see if he can capitalize at the free throw line.
Another miss. The DJ having a little bit more fun now with the sound control. On the other side, the Lioneers 7-12. The Braves now 5-12. Right now, the Braves still in it. They feel like they could be closer. The flip side, the Lioneers, maybe if they take care of the basketball better, you could see this lead increase. And up to Oscar, back to his three is good.
He's been willing to take it. He has that green light. He's shot it with confidence. Hadn't been much successful until then.
Oscar steals it and gets the left-handed lay-in. Timeout by the Braves.
Oscar doing his little victory dance. The crowd loving it. And a nice little run there by the Lioneers. Braves will have to talk it over, try to get back in the right direction.
We'll go to a break. Currently the home team up by 14 here in Hsinchu County Stadium.
好，那也请呢现场的朋友跟着呢一色空气清净机一起深呼吸。 好，被拍到的朋友记得来跟着一色空气清净机一起深呼吸，来深呼吸，很好。
Welcome back to the broadcast. Be sure to leave a like on the stream. 球迷朋友，直播上记得帮我们 +league 点赞。So a few deep breaths needed by everybody as hot weather outside. Definitely got a feel on the inside as well, but this stadium is, funny enough, the most vulnerable to hot and cold climates.
Yeah, we've seen throughout a long history of teams, you know, even the U.S. in the past that have taken advantage of that heat or that extreme cold. Try to use it as a psyche. I don't think the Lioneers are trying to do anything on purpose, but definitely you have to make some adjustments when you go to different arenas, different looks, different temperatures, different feel of the floor.
Braves inbound with Lai Ting-un, Lewis, Josh, Landlord, and Jones. Landlord, high post, down to Jones, who gets the and one. Greenhall fouled really before the shot attempt, but they're going to count the basket.
And that's, you know, when you come out of a timeout and you execute and you get this good look right here, that's just great coaching and great execution by the Braves to get that and one opportunity.
This call by Miguel, there was a foul on the shot. Landlord gets 2 free points, outboxing out Faust. A quick 4 run after the timeout. Five and a half to go. Oscar faking the pass, now delivering. Still makes the hook shot. Landlord has plenty of experience against him in the SBL.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Sim. I mean, besides being a big, strong body, he turned around, and that's a super soft left-handed hook shot from Sim. It's a lot of hours in the gym developing that shot.
Got his pause on that one as Oscar saves it in bounds. Nick Faust turns around for the three. And once again, maybe a little too flashy. Airballs that one. Josh will reset things. Trying to put pressure on the defense. The Braves don't let anything open up. Icing his tank three bounces out.
Yeah, Lioneers defensively, I mean, keeping the Braves to 34 points so far. You got to give them credit. They're playing with a lot of intensity. They're on their toes. They're sending guys to the driving lane right where the help is coming from. And their defensive game has been on par today for sure.
Pass intercepted by Lai Ting-un. Turns it over. Numbers for the Lioneers. Now, in the right corner would be his favorite as Oscar fights for an extra possession. Really foul. Lewis feeling he might needed a break there, or maybe for the defense to reset.
Yeah, defense reset. You got 3 veteran guys waiting to sub in. You want to get them back into the game, give them the opportunity to close out this second quarter or first half. But again, Lioneers, those offensive rebounds, those 50-50 balls, so far they're the team that's jumping to those energy plays and making the most of every opportunity given.
Yunhao spins one way then the other, kicks it all the way to Xiao Shouyi, who misses his three. Now the Lioneers 5 of 14, which is 35%. Jackie fouled on the shot attempt.
Yeah, tough for Oscar. You definitely don't want to try to foul a veteran player. The Braves are struggling to make these outside shots, so until they do, don't have to challenge with such risk. Jackie now gets 2 free throws and a chance to get his confidence, see the ball go through the rim. Can be big. Or maybe they'll continue to struggle from the free throw line like they have been.
Jackie Zanko is 26-year-old out of NTSU. Maybe next year he should join the Lioneers to play on all 4 of the original Plus League teams after being a dreamer back in 18 to 20 and a pilot last season. Dead out guarding Oscar as Joseph Lynch cross matchup on Yunhao. Got his hands on it, another turnover. Jackie, his favorite corner three is in.
Yeah, nice little run there by the Braves. Keep this thing back down to single digits, and it's, you know, the turnovers from the Lioneers that are stopping them from increasing this lead that they've had.
Early on the game, the high scorer for the Braves is Jones with 11. And 9 other Braves have also gotten on the board.
这一个球回到 Hunter， 回到 Hunter， 可以吗？回到 Hunter，Sin 在这一边，所以一样给到 Sin， 可以吗 ？This guy， Kirk 走掉，可以吗？我要你 hand off，hand off to Oscar。 所以这边 two man 在 weak side， 可以吗？如果这边没有 ，Sim roll in， 可以吗？麻烦你出来，不要急，你在这一边，你在这一个位置判断 Sim 会跟进去，两个一个，两个一个。你先，为什么乱？没有摸到球，没有摸到球，你先攻，没有，攻没有，你要出来回进去。
Now, interesting enough, unlike earlier parts of the season when they fed Sim maybe too much, Lioneers and Coach Greg suggesting that they need to get his touches in the flow of the offense, as we see Mike Brzezowicz, the third import player for the Lioneers. He's joined team practices, and we're waiting on his Plus League debut. Meanwhile, the third import for the Braves is Perry Jones, the third. In his debut, he played 44 minutes, so maybe that endurance is kept up even through the quarantine. Smart almost strips Salja. It's gonna be a foul. But they, former teammates, hug it out.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a response and whiplash. Smart getting hit in the face when he was trying to get by. But the initial call was definitely correct.
Might be able to get away with a warning here. As Coach Roger, probably the most emotional of everybody on that aftermath. This time they're going to let Oscar bring the ball over the timeline. Nick Faust, pick and roll with Bular. Finding a lane and gets it on the rim before Smart can come for the help.
It wasn't a dunk, but he did keep it simple that time. No double pump, but Faust just using those long strides to get by Jet.
He's got 6 points on the quarter. Jet to Jackie. There's a foul as Nick Faust throws it up at the other basket. Oh, more free throws for the Braves.
And who is that foul on? That's what I didn't catch.
Cameras tagging number 11, Xiao Sui. Second personal for him. Right now on the game overall, 11 team fouls for the Lioneers, 10 for the Braves, as Jet lacing up those Converses. On the season, Sang Yu. Perfect 8 for 8, make it 9 for 9.
Well, last trip's landlord was able to get the offensive rebound from the missed free throw. This time we'll see if Sim takes care of business and Lioneers get a good box out. They won't need to. Shot goes in.
Joseph Lin going under. He takes a tough shot and splashes it.
Salje just showing off his stroke the last couple days, especially, and amazing balance. I mean, that time, you know, he uses the dribble to get the shot off.
Back in the corner, clanks it out. Now Salje with 10 points. There's a foul near the Lioneers bench. Going on Joseph Lin.
Salje here just with a step back, gets the balance, high release. Great athlete, but great skill and footwork there on that last basket.
Only the 14th foul by the Braves, so I don't know if that's the spot they would want to take it. Curl. Salje bangs another one.
He's hot. Somebody got to get a hand in his face as Nick Faust helps the Lioneers come off with a steal on the other side. Salje, every time he gets the ball, the Braves got to be aware now. When you see the ball go through the hoop that many times, there's just a lot of confidence in him right now.
Oscar playing one-on-one against Jackie. Xiao Sui, who stepped on the baseline. By the reverse dunk there, he's already been promised a couple of sneakers from Charles Chen for his performance yesterday. As we get another look at this one.
1, 2, 3, kept pivoting. Good timing for the cut, just a little bit too deep on the baseline.
Lioneers with a 13-point lead as Perry Jones misses his three-point attempt. He made 7 in their last head-to-head. Doubles bounce and an automatic pass back. Looked like it was for Jet. Joseph Lin takes the pass, then the shot. It's a bucket.
Joseph Lin stays so composed. It's amazing. Just by looking at the corner, he doesn't even have to have a full fake to the corner. It gives him enough time and space to get that three-point shot off.
Now the Braves doubling close to the timeline. Nostalgia loses it. Jackie one man to beat, but Oscar strips it from behind. Ball still live. A little 4-on-4 until now the landlord and Sim join the action. They're going to hold for one last possession.
That last play just sums up how bad these two teams want to win. It's a crucial game. 2 and 3 seeds currently in the Plus League.
Dragon kick too late as Jones was last man left of the ball. It's going to be 2.58. The fancy footwork by Guo Shaojie.
Yeah, he's catching and shooting. He's dribbling and shooting, showing off a variety of skills here today. A lot of guys are one-dimensional when it comes to shooting. They like one or the other, but Shaojie able to pull the tricks out today, and he's knocking down shots in multiple ways.
Kind of curious that coach is taking him out right now. He's currently 4 for 4 from the field. He passes in, deep pass over the head of Nick Faust. They previously ran a full court out of bounds play with Sim banking in the 3.
Yeah, I wanted to see another one of those. I wanted to see Sim turn around and shoot that shot.
Full-court pass. Puts it up. Kind of acrobatic play, but no good. And we'll head to the locker room. The 10-point game, Lioneers right now in control of this one, but still a half the basketball to play. Thanks for watching this broadcast. We'll be back with our halftime analysis after this.
对，就平常心，然后对自己有信心。对，
你昨天的志气非常的高昂，但我觉得因为你现在非常的累，那我们今天呢现在有一些稍微的这个差距，我相信呢用你的名字来告诉大家，我们今年总冠军就是
工程师，
耶！谢谢我高国豪 MVP。命中率超过50%的那个蓝人呢？好，那跟各位现场的球迷朋友们来说一下哦，我们待会今天53000元就会来送给现场的宝宝，怎么样来得到呢？请李吴兄弟告诉大家。
来，大哥，我们的53000要怎么拿到呢？等一下会有一个关键词，对，然后等一下还会有猜那个线几条线，哦，因为我们等一下会玩一个9宫格的游戏，大家一定记得要把2个关键词跟连线的部分猜对留言才可以哦。
那重点是什么？我们上面有一个 QR code， 有没有？帮我们下载17，而且这个现金呢是要在现场才有哦。所以呢，大家赶快下载 17Live 的这个 app， 然后点到呢热门的置顶那个狮子君点名，按进去之后呢就开始留言，好不好？得奖就有可能是你喽。53000块的奖金。
现在重要的事情就是，请你帮我们来预测，我们待会9宫格会有几条线。我跟你们说，不是1就是2，好不好？你们先帮我们刷。另外还有一个志燕哥会给我们一个关键字，我们待会去找志燕哥，请刷这2个投票就可以来得到53000哦。
对，投票就可以得到了。
除了奖金之外呢，我们还要送大家好礼啦！要送什么呢？就是我们演员身上这个17联名的篮球包，以及我们红人手上这个17的白宝宝，好不好？那要怎么呢？怎么得到呢？我们下载我们17之后，我们线上会开启投票，没错。所以呢，只要储值33块，就会得到6票哦。等于说你储越多，得 得奖的几率就越有机会可以把这些好礼带走哦。
大哥怎么处置呢？
处置的部分就在我们右下角一个礼物，按进去，然后有一个购买，按下去就可以喽。
对，好不好？33块就可以有6票喽。
对，总之呢，我们狮子军点点名呢，我们已经4场来到我们工程师的主场，我们已经送出了超过15万元的奖金了。然后每一个球迷都觉得莫名其妙，我来看球就得到。昨天那位爸爸他是第一次进球场来看球哦。好，所以呢，我们要来问问我们的志燕哥，我们今天的关键词是什么呢？
欢迎我们志燕哥。
今天的关键字很简单，大家如果已经在狮子军点点名的当中呢，现在呢可以准备要打关键字的。哎呦，等一下呢，不管游戏几条，是今天就打李吴兄弟，哎呦，演员送奖金，李
吴兄弟演员，
好不好？李吴兄弟演员送奖金，
加上预测几条线，好不好？
好。Here inside Hsinchu County Stadium, hoping the Lioneers only one home game left after tonight's action. On the Mandarin broadcast, it's Xiaohu and Mark. 球迷朋友，谢谢收看我们英文的转播，记得英文转播直播按赞。Now looking at the combined team statistics, and the number one thing that stands out, Lioneers shooting at 6 for 16, good for 37% from three-point range. So the Braves are doing some of the things that it takes to stay in a game where they might be at a disadvantage, including causing 12 Lioneers turnovers.
Yeah, that's crucial. The Braves definitely taking care of the basketball better. The rebounding stands out to me as well. Just the Lioneers are missing some shots, but they're getting those second chance opportunities by grabbing those offensive rebounds. And you know, the Lioneers just seem to always have just a little bit better of a shooting night against these Braves.
They got early threes from Lewis, and we thought they might be turning on the fireworks, but right now only a 5 for 19 at the three-point performance, but crucially, the Braves getting to the line a lot, 8 for 17. However, 8 for 17 line is really not going to cut it, even if they make half those free throws, making this game feel a lot closer. Meanwhile, for the Lioneers, Nick Faust is having a bounce back performance, and Sim Muller 5 for 5. It seems like his fatigue level is at a good place right now for the Lioneers, so expect the Lioneers to come out strong in the second half.
Yeah, most definitely, and I'd say Sim, you know, will get some rest in the third quarter. He normally plays most of the minutes in the deciding fourth quarter, but the Lioneers definitely getting a lot of extra help, not making Sim or Faust feel like they have to carry the burden by themselves.
Of course, the best performance so far in this game belongs to number 24, Guo Shaojie. We mentioned heading out. Perfect 4 for 4 for 13 points, which leads the game. Playing really well against his former team.
Yeah, Jay's been on fire from plenty of spots, doing well.
So then this crucial matchup for the second place in the Plus League. We'll head to this second segment after this break.
Live 现在还来得及，1万3000元，1条2条都可以
哦，进了。关键词，礼物兄弟1条喽，送奖金。
好，目前呢这位妖精是呢我们目前呢最厉害的。哎呦，有1条，1条
喽，哎呦，1条有可能哦。
好，那问一下，玩天堂 M 多久了？4年。职业是什么？哦，法师，所以你背号也是7号喽，加油喽！来，预备
，1 2 ready go！
帅哦！
哦，进了，赶快补充一下蓝水啊，法师！
刷1条或2条 预测，还有关键词礼物兄弟演员送奖金，
送起来53000现金。
哎，53000好好拿哦。
礼物兄弟演员送奖金1条，赶快打起来！好，谢谢。来，我们场中央合照一下。哎，那位枪手很疯啊！这个是天堂 M 的角色，他是枪手，枪手在打骑士啊。好，来，我们先合照一下。
好，我们趁着拍照的时候，你们赶快刷1条，然后礼物兄弟演员送奖金。
好，那送他们海报，那1条的是哪一位？连成一条嘛，对不对？好，那海报送给他们，然后呢1条的可以单独合照一次。你们先，对，你是1条的，你可以单独合照一下。赶快，礼物兄弟演员送现金1条哦，1条，我去忙一下。
志燕哥，今天你没有要输入吗？53000呢？好，大家快点哦，赶快刷起来哦！我们只给现场的球迷朋友，我们只给狮子军。
好，谢谢。
好，我们等一下要抽出现场朋友，马上。
Featured on screen is a Oscar Gogglehall bobblehead, showing off the one hairstyle he might feature. He does have naturally curly hair. I'm Ryan Chen, joined by Kirk on this English broadcast of +League basketball. So on the Lioneers winning streak, domestic players, local players averaging 68 points per game on 46% field goal shooting, and crucially, taking the majority of the shots at 64%. Kind of a big source of their firepower. On the other side, for the Braves, Jones leads the team with 12 points, Jackie with 6, Lewis with 5, Landler Thompson with 4, and Jatokoi with 3. But recall, they started the game off kind of with their quote-unquote bench players, and worked to an okay effect for the Braves, who kind of catching the Lioneers toward the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it can be tough to come off the bench when you're used to starting the game and getting that rhythm right away. So, you know, you can look at it in different ways. Are you stopping some of your top scorers from getting in their rhythm early in the game? But their alternative starting lineup did stick and play even with the Lioneers from the start.
On the other side, Guo Shaojie with 13 points, the team leads the game. Sim has got 11, and Oscar with 10 points of his own. Nick Faust with 9. So the story's still playing out, where the Lioneers need to get offense from the perimeter. Guys not named Nick Faust, who is obviously a extremely talented player, capable of scoring the league high in points, but also has his idiosyncrasies as well. Anyways, one last look at the bobblehead. You gotta make your way to the stadium for your chance at a collectible, but we'll be going to break back after this.
追踪起来好不好？
那我想，
订阅，
我想问一下，
追踪，
对了，
你53000你要怎么用啊？
去城市汉堡用餐。
不，我们商品部也买一下。
所以你本身是新竹人，
你很会置入性行销，哎，
对
又要去城市汉堡用餐，又穿着送子鸟的衣服，
对，
刷一点给我了，好不好？
对，在这里我们要谢谢我们的这个工程师的球团哦。金牛昨天也有放我们礼物兄弟的歌，对不对？
因为有你啊。
对，谢谢我们的工程师球团。
好，我们确认好了吗？是你本人吗？万一我们这样让他开心了一下，就不是你会怎么样？哭？
对。
是他本人。好，我们等一下确认好 ，OK。
好，
想怎么样？
好，谢谢你，先恭喜你，假装恭喜你一下，好不好？
恭喜！
那我们现在呢，利用我们最后一点的时间，我们要来送出这个得到包包的人。
是。
好，一样，我们会来截图。我们在这个榜当中第1名的人，直接就把这个超帅篮球包给带走。
是。
好，那我们过来一点点，让他们来这个热身。因为等一下呢，我们到场下之后呢，我们还可以用投票的方式来得很多的礼物哦。好，那我们现在呢，就请礼物兄弟帮我们倒数5秒，我们来告诉大家是谁，好不好？
准备好了吗？
哎呦，5、4、3、2、1，
好的。
来
们
来截榜
看一下我们的排行榜上面第一个人是谁。如果你在现场，你就把演员身上这个球直接带走，
直接带走哎，
直接带走。
对，好，我们看一下，是这个人吗？画起来这个对不对？来 YUHSIEN，YUHSIEN，
耶，
有这个人吗？
有在现场吗？
在现场吗？
有在现场吗
？YUHSIEN 有没有在？
对。
好，没有关系。如果你不在的话，等一下到场边，或是你不好意思的话，等一下到场边跟我们领取，好不好？
对，如果在现场的话，要到2楼我们的服务台。那如果你是线上的话呢，请关注我们这个右上角有一个小铃铛，上面有个小帮手，对不对？
没错。
小帮手会传讯息跟你说。
对，那我们狮子军点名呢，等一下准备要到场下了，你们一样投票投起来，我们还有这个限量的娃娃。
耶。
我们还会有高国豪，我们 OK 啦的拍立得，还有我们瑞迪的笔记本。
是的。
啊，我们确认好是他本人吗？是不是本人？是本人，我直接把包包送给你了。好，我们等一下要带着我们雀跃的心情继续看球了。相信我们今天要迎来5连胜。好，我们确认好，也希望大家多下载我们17 Live 的狮子军点名。
哦，是本人。哇，好。
好，我们确认好人。那我们现在呢，狮子军点名呢，我们把时间还给我们比赛的现场，我们到场下继续抽奖给大家啦。我们来接受。
So us broadcasters do a lot of prep in the pregame. And one last note we have is actually Xiao Sui, the player featured in the pregame interview, was part of the trade that got Jet to the Braves the first time in the SBL. That took place in 2016. The team head back to their huddles, get ready for the second half. Want to remind you that with the warm weather coming up, be sure to get your +League tank. While in stock, head to pleagueofficial.com/shop. Yesterday we mentioned how the Lioneers are finding that flexibility on offense to play different kind of styles, use different emphasis on different personnel, and then finish with sim if you need to. Right now they're sitting in the driver's seat up by 10 with 24 minutes to play.
Yeah, you definitely can see just their local players, Saoje, Oscar. I mean, so many guys that feel like they're on top of their game. They feel confident out there. They know what each other are doing. The chemistry's grown, but even just feeling on top of their own game. If it's isolation, it doesn't matter who's guarding them. They feel like they can create the shots they want and knock them down, and they're doing a great job collectively as a team, sharing the basketball, but making great individual plays too.
没有的时候就是 catch and drive. Okay, let's go.
They are above 50% from 2-point range, including Sims 5 for 5 down low. While Jones is still the most efficient scorer for the Braves, 5 for 10. Lioneers out of their huddle first will be their starting 5. Meanwhile, the Braves missing out on Michael Singletary for at least the game. The guy who's leading them in points, rebounds, assists, and steals.
Yeah, it's been a big hole for the Braves to fill so far. You know, they're still sticking around in this game and still have the weapons out there to complete a comeback like this. It's definitely going to be an interesting half. I think the Braves might try to do some high-low action, try to get Sim to come to the top of that zone if the Lioneers are in zone. But right now, Lioneers in a man. Or no, sorry, my apologies. Looks like in a zone. Sometimes that zone matchup can be confusing.
John trying to go one-on-one on fouls. Sim Bullard comes too late, and there's maybe Josh's biggest teardrop of his pro career. Oscar calling for fouls. Now they go the other way. One-on-one with Hsinchu. Doesn't take the shot. It's Nick Fouls from 45. In and out, and there's Saoje. Rebound. Finally, ball bounced out. The crowd still filing back into their seats.
Yeah, Sanjay, and that's what we talked about at halftime too, those second chance points. Braves play good defense, they miss a shot, force a missed shot, but Sanjay just, you know, relentless there on the offensive rebounds. You know, doesn't matter who he's going up against, he's going to fly in there and try to grab those extra opportunities.
6 offensive rebounds for the Lioneers. Sanjay hits the free throw. He's also been perfect at the line, 3 for 3. Hsinchu caught tipping the basketball out, so Sanjay
can do that after it hits the rim, but not from through the rim, if I'm correct.
Referees are going to talk it over.
Because it can be in the cylinder and you can tap it out after it's contacted the rim, but he went through the hoop to knock it out, which is why that's gonna count.
Only going to count as 1 point, the referees confirm. You know, the Lioneers wouldn't say no to 2 points. Now they're in their zone defense. The last match, the 6 fouls played on top. That was really effective. Jones with a pull-up, short. Aggressive move, Faust gives it up to Oscar. Deep possession for Chen.
I don't know, it looks like this referee baseline might have counted the basket.
Indeed, they do count it, as
I mean, he
came in a little late.
Still gathering, but momentum turning and going up for the shot already. So I think that's a good call. You got to be a little bit smarter from the Braves, and if you're going to foul him, you got to foul early. Make him learn both points from the free throw line. Don't give him a chance at an and-one opportunity.
Foul indeed on Hsinchu. Josh, his 3 is in.
Yeah, Josh doing a great job today. He's comfortable, he's staying within himself, and the stroke has been pure. He's one of the reasons that the Braves have stayed this close in the game, and that time playing good defense, aggressive in the post, Faust a little bit too much with the push-off.
First team foul.
Faust just trying to hold off Josh there on that play, maybe a little bit too much of an extension.
Try going on 1-1. Catches Fuller's hand as Lewis hits the 3 and gets back up.
Back-to-back threes, this quick 6 points from the Braves, still staying in this thing.
Oscar with the move, takes the fadeaway, leaves the short, Faust is there, can't get the pull back. He's taking a little bit of a lift on back on defense. Finding it, hits the quick 3, bounces out. Foul! Big tough the injury and another right-handed finish.
Yeah, I loved it. Faust got past half court. He sort of slowed down. Then all of a sudden, he pumps on the gas and gets to the basket.
Jones for the 3. For the Braves closing in on the gap.
Yeah, even with that 6-point game now, the Braves starting to heat up from three-point land.
Oscar push shot, missed the gym right there for the putback. Another way these two are working really well. Well, now with 16 points. On the ball around him, Josh hits the 3. Yeah, this one has nostalgia, goes down a little hard. On the Lioneers bench, maybe a little cramp there. Stretching himself out.
It's tough, just only 3.5 minutes in from halftime when normally your body gets some rest. But man, the Braves are just heating up this zone right now, getting hot from beyond the arc, making the Lioneers really work hard, trying to guard them on the perimeter. And you know, shooters can outshoot the zone. That's what you want.
Braves taking advantage of this. Have their guys huddle around the whiteboard as Salji is still on the floor, trying to stretch out something down there.
Looks like the way they were stretching is probably just his calf muscle cramping up, so probably pump with some fluids. Continue to stretch. I wouldn't think he'll have to be out more than a few minutes, but could be worrisome throughout the game that, you know, once your body's, you know, starting to act up like that, it can continue to happen.
Definitely starts dribbling the basketball over the timeline. Sends it out. Dribbling left this time, and Josh almost got the strip. There's going to be a whistle.
Yeah, Josh. Just a little bit too aggressive that time on defense. Little body bump on the reach in there at the last minute.
3 team fouls on the Braves. They're looking for Bullard. Get it to him. Double. All open for 3. No. Braves overload that side. Landlord. Drive. Braves swinging around. Still with time left. Lewis, turnover to Oscar. Mixed out. Getting the foul and the basket.
Yeah, Faust just using those big long strides, nice sidestep here, protects the ball well. Scoops it in after drawing the contact, and you know, that starts on the defensive end for the Lioneers, just you know, getting a tip on the pass, Oscar coming up with the steal, and creating defense to offense on the other side.
Braves had some opportunities there, maybe not the completely wide open threes, but they had some open threes on that last possession, and instead it's a turnover.
No, they've gotten good looks throughout the game. They're starting to turn it over a little bit now, but they're also starting to heat up with their shooting. So I'd expect if they can still continue to make the shots that they've made this half, then I'd expect them to even do more damage and climb right back into this game. Because even in the first half, they got a lot of good opportunities, good looks at the basket. They just weren't shooting at a high percentage.
And Terry Jones flips it to Joseph Lin. Too late with the shot.
Yeah, Lioneers starting to make those shots a little bit more difficult. Second shot clock violation from the Braves. But it's rare that these Braves don't get a good look at the basket with their veteran players.
By Oscar, Chen able to finish through the Braves defense. And a nice counter by Oscar. The primary attacker in the first half on these pick and rolls. This time, being patient with it. Finding Chen down low. Well, our first time out of the second half. We'll be back after this.
都是先介绍他老婆，再介绍他。但是来到篮球场是他的主场了，所以呢，要为大家介绍呢，演艺圈当中篮球打得最好，也是呢我们新北市泰山高中子弟兵，用最热情的掌声欢迎王嘉良。 来站起来跟大家挥手一下，欢迎嘉良。然后就顺便介绍一下他老婆好了，欢迎许恩。
Tiantang M, the host and co-sponsor this weekend for the Lioneers. They only have one Friday night game left on the schedule. They started the third quarter with a 10-point lead and now have a 10-point lead after about 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's gone back and forth. Braves making some shots, looking like they're right back in it. But the Lioneers have had answers all throughout the night. Even with Sanjay out with some cramps in the calves, you know, they get a lift from Oscar getting steals, from transition baskets. Faust starting to heat up again and playing well tonight. And, you know, just Sim being consistently dominant when he catches the ball in the post.
Now Beast checks in along with Winston. Interesting because Lioneers, you would think, have a little bit more scoring ability at the guard position. They haven't shown it off yet. That's what the zone's been doing to their offense. Sim completes another 3-point play on the defense. Oscar chasing Joseph. Landlord takes a deep three off the left side of the backboard. Choosing not to shoot. Landlord flies in late. This time missing off the right side.
Yeah, 2 good looks that time for the Braves, just unable to knock it down. Thought they missed Beast there in a corner for, he might have had an open look opportunity if they had seen him.
Oscar takes a deep shot, rolls out. Try to jump Jones. In. Can't finish, but it's gonna get to the line.
Yeah, strong take there. Elects not to use the screen. Drives right hard. Nice little spin move, protect the ball. And maybe just a little brush of the arm as he went up for the shot attempt. Not much, but enough to throw off the shot. Officials right there on top of it.
With 3 personal fouls. The Lioneers do love the cross matchup. Local players against opponents' imports. Give Nick Faust the ability to roam.
Yeah, well, they do have, you know, their local players. They got some good athleticism and strength, speed, and do a good job defensively.
Terry Jones only 1 for 7 from the line. Out of bounds, but the Braves touched it out.
Yeah, Faust is not afraid to dribble that ball out in front of the defenders. Lucky that time it stays with the Lioneers. Yeah, you got to look at the scouting report, and I know that's not easy to stop. It's easier to sit here and say it, but you got to be aware and have your eye on the person out of bounds, passing the ball in.
Landlord left free, missing the 3. Chelsea able to finish over Joseph Chen.
Chao Sung-yi, great defender when he's scoring in transition. Just another one of these weapons for the Lioneers with his athleticism.
After a few good possessions, the Lioneers forced the Braves to call timeout. About a minute and a half after the TV timeout earlier. We see Chao Sung-yi do what he does best and finish with that downhill momentum. This third quarter, already a high-scoring affair, 19-14 in favor of the Lioneers. 10 of those points coming from Chen Pular. Meanwhile, for the Braves, the only player who's made 2 baskets is Ja. So far, got 8 points on the 3 makes.
Yeah, these teams can score in bunches and quick. That's why this game's not going to be over until the last few minutes for sure. Because the last time these two teams played, the Lioneers scored 39 points in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Braves scored 34. Then in the third quarter, it went back to the Lioneers, scored 35, and then the Braves scored 31 in the fourth quarter. So every quarter, there was at least one team scoring more than 30 points. So, you know, definitely there are two teams that can go on runs and get hot and cold. And so, you know, even down 15, you know, the Braves have been here before. They got the confidence that they can still make the shots and get back in this thing.
No personnel changes for either team. Crossover shot, swinging his deep shot short. They call a foul. It's going to be his fourth.
Yeah, this is the experienced player, Beast, creating his own shot. But you got, if you're Xiao, you got to be a little bit smarter. I mean, Beast has not hit a three-point shot yet. I mean, you don't want to bail him out and send him to the three-point line. I know there's not much there, but you got to be extra sure to not hit the hand on the follow-through.
The second season, the largest lead that the Braves have overcome. 2 occasions, 14 points. Last one was game 58 on March 20th against the Pilots. That was at home. A 1-for-2 trip. Jones will come out, and Smart will take his place. Oscar in trouble, turns it over, and commits an unsportsmanlike in transition. The referee will go to the monitor. Yesterday, Simbular had his reduced to a common foul.
Yeah, that time though, from the back. I mean, in the direction of the ball, but not really a chance there. As he grabs onto the body of Beast, and you know, you don't. It's so hard, but you don't want one mistake to cause you to make another mistake. Just because you make the turnover doesn't mean that you should force yourself into a bad foul situation. And Oscar has taken so many strides this year, but you know, still some ways where, you know, he's working out some kinks and just even growing and being more mature as a player and a leader of this team.
It's going to be his third personal foul, so Hall will take his place on the floor. Hall, illegal screen on the landlord.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Chen Hao. That doesn't happen if he doesn't fight through that screen. And you do see there's still some movement on that screen as Chen Hao's trying to fight over, so good call by the officials.
Horn set by the Lioneers. Chen Hao. South swing deep to Sim. It's held by the landlord as he received the basketball.
Yeah, landlord smiles. These guys have practiced together in the past, played each other plenty of times and familiar. And a smart foul there. That's the kind of foul you have to have when he catches it that deep. You want to make sure Bullard doesn't also get the shot to go in and the foul as well.
They were teammates very briefly in the ABL when Bullard was makes another free throw. He's quickly taking the lead in scoring with 22.
Yeah, he's making free throws, stroking those tonight. Normally percentage not as high as maybe he would like, but he does shoot a lot of them. Tonight they're going in.
Austin leads to a long rebound. Joseph Lin on the reload. He's strong with it, and Winston going to be called for the foul. Oh, a dangerous one now. Chen Hao recovers from that blow.
Yeah, just a bang-bang play. Quick, long rebound. Winston trying to get a hand on the ball. Nothing intentional there. And Chen definitely got hit, but I think he's going to be just fine as he shakes it off, stays in the game.
We have learned that if you go for the basketball with a closed fist, it is an unsportsmanlike foul. He did go open palm. Chen will go to the line as the Lioneers are going to continue to stack up these free throws. Missing with his first trip to the line. Chen still trying to get on the score. 3 assists and 3 misses from the field.
Both. Point guard, you want to be able to make your free throws. He's definitely came in and impacted this game positively for the Lioneers, but him trying to be an offensive factor in terms of scoring too is key.
Winston with another running hook shot.
That is not an easy shot to master. You can tell that's a lot of repetition of him going against taller players and having to have some unorthodox or some old school hook shot type runners to get those shots off.
Winston now jumps in front of the pass. Joseph Lin trying to beat Chen. Lays it off the glass. Lioneers are content to let the players play it out. Their lead right now at 9. Wow. Gives it up. Osao hits another one.
Osao comes back into the game immediately. You feel his impact. You got to respect his three-point shot. So he gives the shot fake. One dribble, pull-up jumper is good.
Going out of bounds. And he was out of bounds on the sideline.
Yeah, Smart. Nice job relocating to the corner and good shot fake, but you got to make sure you keep those feet in bounds. So we see Jay here with the replay of the nice shot fake, one dribble jump shot, textbook move.
He's still perfect from the field to go with 3 rebounds. Now misses the push shot. Rushes it out of bounds.
Yeah, great move. Nice little fake, sidestep, create the space for the floater. I'm sure he practices that shot, just isn't able to get to the fall.
Landlord at the elbow. Winston at the elbow. Misses his shot. Almost got the rebound back. I feel like, funny enough, that some of these brave veterans are now taking the wrong shot.
Yeah, these guards, Chen Hao, Oscar, they just keep improving when it comes to getting their big guy the ball in the right spot, and just one of their keys to success over this winning streak for the Lioneers. Just right here, you know, drive deep, grab the defense's attention, and then flip it back up where you can get it. On the other side, great pass there, and Smart, strong finish, trying to get to the basket, gets fouled.
With that miss, they're now 12 for 25 at the line. The biggest culprit is still Harry James, 1 for 7. An 0 for 2 trip by Smart. Less than 2 minutes in the third quarter. On the high post. Solitude cradles the basketball. Stopped by a few Braves. Here they come in transition. Gets the lay-in.
Yeah, good job by the veterans here, keeping it simple. Nice passing in the fast break. They're playing good defense right now. And this Braves pressure full court, you know, is still being effective.
No. There's Chelsea for the putback.
Wow, just, you know, when the Braves start making all the big plays, Xiao able to grab that offensive rebound with his fingertips, sky high for it, put it back in, keep a 13-point lead.
He fires from three, no good.
Daojae looks like he's tenderly, you know, still messing with some cramps possibly in his calves.
Joseph jumps the pass. Now 3-on-1 as Smart leads the jump short piece. Saved 2 points for the Braves, but not Brendan Smart's ego.
No, that was almost an understatement though too. That was plenty short on that dunk attempt from Smart. Normally you see it bounce off the top of the rim, but that time barely getting it level with the rim.
So the DJ in the stadium saying hello to some of the baseball players, CPBL players in attendance as we get multiple looks at that eventful Braves fast break there.
Yeah, the important thing for the Braves is they still came away with the 2 points. That's what you want when you got a 3-on-1 opportunity.
Timeout as the Braves now looking at a 11-point deficit. So with 2 possessions left, this is kind of the stretches that make or break games a lot of the time.
Yeah, most definitely. How you close out quarters, you know, that momentum can be huge swings for both these teams. So Lioneers have had this double-digit lead almost the whole game, but they know it can be gone in a quick second if they're not careful against this Braves team.
Right now, the Lioneers lead this quarter by 1 point, 27-26. Braves have used all 13 of their players, while the Lioneers, obviously without Elliott today, and also haven't seen number 5 Song Yuxun or number 52 Song or Long Yishun quite yet. So playing a relatively shorter rotation. Though of course some would argue this is their main staff without Lin Yihui. There's Wesley at the high post. Stealing some rest for Sim. Oscar isolating on the landlord. Pulls up from 3. Leaves it short. Here come the Braves with one last possession. Kind of a tricky thing if you're the Braves. You don't know how much time you'd be left with. Almost a turnover. Beast fakes the other way. Winston through the lane. Getting the lay-in. Might have gotten away with an extra push if you're the Lioneers, but now a 9-point game heading to the final frame of this one.
Yeah, great timed cut from Beast to Winston. Always knows where to be at the right time.
Still a lot left in Game 70 of the Plus League's 2.0 season.
好，可以了哈、来，音乐走，先拍手。许维恩站起来，王嘉良，你还敢坐着？准备喽！爱心，爱心，摇摇摇，1、2、3、4。爱心，爱心，摇摇摇。谢谢，来继续喽。
Nowadays, the Pilots host the Dreamers in Lioneers for another weeknight matchup. So those are the Waitron Dragons invited to this Plus League game. The Waitron Dragons play their home games at Tianmu Stadium in Taipei.
Yeah, they were just showing off their throwing arms, getting it to the top seats here in Hsinchu Stadium.
So interesting enough, Song Yuxin getting the first minutes of this fourth quarter. Ball on the floor, and Joseph Lin up ahead to Lewis. I was going to say, so far in this game, 13-5 in terms of fast break points, as they are going to climb up the score. 4 or 5 players going down there.
Yeah, and just turnovers are one thing that the Lioneers have struggled with this season. And so far today, in the last couple games with the Braves, they've been able to do a good job with that, but that could be a deciding factor here in today's game if they can't control this tempo and this full court pressure. Another scary pass and turnover.
Oscar, the intended target. Joseph Lin. Lewis to Josh, left open, his three, almost. Oscar avoids the quick double, now sets up the offense. Now Xiao Sui kicks it away, literally, as the Braves have a 3-on-2. Josh can't finish at the rim.
Yeah, good hustle back. Missed opportunity there to get the lead back down to 5 for the Braves, but good hustle, and you stop that.
Now Xiao Sui deep position, Vince missing the shot. Jay Jones couldn't corral the rebound. Vince hits the three from the corner.
Yeah, for him, he came in at the end of the game yesterday and knocked down a tough jump shot and getting that confidence coming in here in the crucial minutes and getting 2 points.
Joseph Lin open for some reason. He overshoots it. So now the air ball curves to the top left of your screen. After the Dreamers airball several in the bottom left. He's physical, Sim with the landlord, and Oscar leads the runner short. Pushes ahead, Josh with the second attempt. Can't get the bounce. So kind of a track meet now as Song Yuxin gets it out to Hall.
They keep going to this top pick and roll. Sim staying low, trying to create space for Oscar to come off. But Braves going under, daring them to shoot.
There's the jumper is number 4.
And the way the Braves are playing defense, Oscar can get that shot just about every single trip down the court.
Daring the landlord to shoot. Fires away now and hits.
Yep. Needed. This game has gotten so many times. Lioneers get it up to double digits. Braves get it back down under single digits. So closest they've been in a while is 7.
Only the first foul. That was Dokoyer in transition. Substitution as Lai Ting comes in for Joseph. No changes yet for the Lioneers. Oscar preparing to work left.
Missed opportunity there, just a little too physical, as the landlord and Sim constantly have been fighting for position up there at that top of the key. This time, Sim just leaning and pushing off a little bit too much with that shoulder.
That time Oscar being aggressive. And also Greg getting involved in the action there.
Yeah, Oscar fouled first, definitely. And sort of when you get hit in the face with a foul, it's going to be your natural reaction to try to protect yourself. And Oscar was so close to him that, you know, that arm from Josh got put near or in Oscar's face. But I wouldn't say that was intentional or a hard enough reaction to merit anything.
They'll go to the monitor. So if you're going to ask me, my expectation is going to be a common foul.
Yep, just a common foul.
Maybe give a warning to the Braves, though.
Yeah.
You don't want any retaliation.
Sure, most definitely.
Upcoming action. Currently, the Lioneers up by 8 points in this one.
Yeah, coach is trying to protect, you know, their young star and Oscar, but nothing there. Contact, but not too hard and not intentional.
It's really the first play of this game that hands were up into the face. This time Oscar guarding light, isn't it? Deep pass to Jones. Avoids the steal and a block shot. Tim Bullard saying he wants to get a replay review, and it looks like Greg will honor that request.
Yeah, it was great defensive possession there by Sim, and it does look like that could be changed.
Coach is spending a lot of effort now trying to cool Greg down. Another stoppage in the action. This is really a good test for the Lioneers because earlier in the season, in games like this, they'd often lose their composure.
Yeah,
but on the winning streak, maybe a lot more is on the line, or maybe they've learned from their past experiences. It will be, they say, off of Jones.
Yeah, it's a good job by the officials to be able to go and clarify that. And you know, what you said, I think the Lioneers stick this one out. They've had the lead the whole way as long as they can take care of the basketball. Here, early to start, they've had some turnovers, breaking this full court pressure by the Braves. As long as they can get quality shots, not turn the ball over, the Lioneers can win this game.
Gets the lay-in. Lioneers back to a double-digit lead. They have 4 turnovers in this quarter, none by the Braves. They ignored Jones until now. He's got deep positioning. He needs to get helped out by a teammate. Lewis, the runner, missed.
Sim just continuing to do a good job on those rebounds. They are stacking up.
So far, 10 on the game as him and Landlord hands behind their back. Oscar getting fouled on the way to the hoop. This time it's Jackie.
Yep, strong drive. Oscar lefty, going baseline, ripping it and going. And, you know, he initially, you know, bumps into the defender there in Jackie, but then Jackie pulls him the rest of the way down as he's falling. So just two aggressive players and going at it. Oscar getting the better of him that time.
Joseph Lynn will come back into the game. Throw with the first free throw. Oscar now with 12 points and 7 assists, throwing 6 rebounds. Good with the second one. Landlord flips the screen. Shaozwing playing tough with Jones. Can't get the finish. Oscar with the rebound, and he'll slow things up. guarded by Josh. Landlord overcommits, and now the Braves have to scramble. Xiao Sui left alone, and another Lioneers, this time assist by Hall.
Yeah, just
the Braves call timeout.
Local players for the Lioneers playing so well, creating for each other, knocking down shots, and we're just really spearheading this game.
Maybe one last break before the end of this one. We'll go to timeout. The action back after this.
好，这时候呢，看到呢，牧师女孩呢也在2楼带领着大家，新竹物流的好朋友，跟着空气音色空气清净机深呼吸，深呼吸。谢谢新竹物流这些呢好朋友们，来欢迎你们深呼吸。那记得呢，有被拍到的朋友，可以到呢音色的服务台领取纪念品。
Check out the latest Plus League MVP ladder on the Plus League LinkedIn page as written by our colleague Quan Lee. Actually a little bit early for Oscar, but right now, playing the crucial point guard position, controlling the team's tempo, and in some ways controlling their temperament too.
Yeah, Oscar's done a great job tonight. You know, a couple of turnovers, but when you talk about those 7 assists and you know, you think about the fact that the Braves have been full court pressuring him all game long. He's done a great job just controlling the pace, looking for his own shots, but also getting his teammates involved.
Xiao Sui with 4 points in the 4th quarter. Kind of been the difference. Joseph Lin for the 3 and rattles it home.
Yep, just on cue every time. Lioneers start to pull away. One of these Braves players has an answer, and Joseph Lin could really be one that ignites a spark here for the Braves. Time is not on their side, though.
Lewis goes under. Oscar missing the mid-range on the 2nd bounce. Numbers advance for the Braves, as Xiao Sui finally back on D. Missing the jumper. Taking 13 shots in this one. Now EVT possession, Joseph Lin fouled too late. Chen with another and one opportunity.
Yeah, the landlord almost just had to give up on that play. He lost that inside position. Perfect pass there from the corner from Xiao, and another one of the easiest 2 points, and just another and one opportunity for Bullard tonight.
Looks like landlord was more content with trying to get Sim to bait him into an offensive foul than actually play defense. Sim now 6 for 7 at the line. He's had really high efficiency free throw shooting games. This is kind of one of those. Now Lioneers up by 13. Running low on time. Jones jump stop and misses the shot. Sim gets the rebound.
Smart play by Xiao. You got a 13-point lead with under 6 minutes left. If it's an easy fast break opportunity, you want to go for it still, but it's a wise decision to pull it back out and waste a few more seconds.
Now Tian Hao, all for traveling. Here with a hop before the actual dribble. 5 turnovers on the quarter. East jumps in front of Yuhao's face. overshoots it out of bounds.
Yeah, these Braves, bit of an up and down season. They didn't start, you know, how they left off last year, slower start to this season. You know, and trying to find a balance. They got a group of veteran players who know how to win championships and have done that together for a long time. But then they also have the youth, so you know, still some things to figure out chemistry-wise for the Braves going into the playoffs. Of course, tonight without Singletary and their second import, it makes it a little bit harder to have that rotation.
Jones Euro steps to the left-handed finish. On the other side, Joseph Lin stops Hall.
And Jones hasn't had a bad night at all by any means, but he has been quiet of late. So they'd love to see Jones. You know, he's had 7 straight points almost in the first quarter. They'd love to see him assert himself here.
Matchup zone as Sim finishes over the landlord.
For the Braves, though, they got to stop trading baskets. They got to learn how to. They got to be able to get some stops on the defensive end if they're going to come back at all here in the last 4.5 minutes.
Deep pass, Winston leaves it short. So Sim right now working on a 30-14 game.
Felt like the Dreamers, you look at tonight and see the success Sim has had. Maybe not success from the perimeter jumper, but you know, yesterday the Dreamers really did a good job of bringing that double team so quickly. They didn't let Sim get as many and-one opportunities as what the Braves have had today because of those quick double teams.
So Winston can make the tough hook shots, but he's missed a couple close. They swarm Oscar, who gets it to Sim. Running the show, pass intercepted, and then a block shot. We're gonna have a 2.5 left.
Yeah, we'll see though. With 1.4 seconds left, Bullar's coming out. Normally you could just lob it to him under the basket. That's what they've had success in doing from out of bounds plays. Faust will come in though. And they're going to rely on some other guys here, speaking of the Lioneers, to close this out for the last 3 minutes 22. But right now, 1.4 seconds left. Got to have a lot of movement. Lioneers got to be ready to catch and shoot. At most, a quick dribble, at most.
He looks off Xiaosui, then goes to him. Takes the jumper, overshoots a Nick Faust right there. But leaves the putback short.
Yeah, it would have been smarter to Faust to just get that rebound after hitting the rim. Bring it out, waste another 20 seconds if you can.
East with the early lay-in. And immediately Lioneers call timeout. So it's almost like that inbounds play and the transition defense was the worst result for the Lioneers as soon as he took Sim out of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch. They're still not clear yet. Speaking of the Lioneers, they're going to have to close this game out with mental toughness and still make a few key plays because the Braves have been down the whole night, but they would love nothing more than to steal this game in the last few minutes.
Double jet is there. Double screen for the dribbler on top. Well, Nick Faust had another good game against the Braves in their last matchup last Saturday. It was 31 points. He was aggressive early. He also got 17 rebounds. We'll see how he and the team finishes things off. The combination of Bullar and Faust is right now 10-5, including this 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, they got a great chance to push it to 5 games here. You said they got a lot of away games against a lot of tough opponents, you know, to close out the season, but they've put themselves in good shape here tonight to be able to come away and be the 2nd seed in the current standings with the win. Just taking care of the basketball. The Lioneers just got to take care of the basketball, get good shots.
Brendan Smart called for the foul. He's asking the refs, but the reality is if Gosalje doesn't hang on to the basketball, they have to call a foul there.
Yeah, just a little bit of a body bump right there. Sent Sanjay off balance. Good call by the officials.
So 4 team fouls by the Braves. Hall gives it up in the face of his former teammate, Brendan Smart. Hall jousting on the curl, brings it over the basket. I think he was going for Bular there.
It was good execution. You just got to have a better pass. Because coming off this right there, if that's a good lob, then Sim can catch it that deep under the basket, that's gonna be 2 points. So I like the play call, just the execution wasn't up to the level it needed to be.
Winston on the curl, this time gets the runner. Basketball kinda got away.
Got these veteran players for the Braves here to try to close this thing out. We'll see if their full court pressure can keep bothering the Lioneers. Risky pass.
The only younger player is number 23, Brendan Smart.
Gonna have to get stops. Only down 9, could be a 3-possession game, but you gotta get stops on this end.
East overloads on in-house side. Now Oscar with dagger 3. Doesn't go in, and there's Peace showing off the hop. Saves it for the rebounding side. Joseph Lin doesn't make out Salje enough. But Joseph tied from 3 short. Sim picks up the rebound.
That was a great look. Good pass from Joseph Lin. And, you know, Perry getting it in a spot where he could knock that down, but Jones just unable to deliver. Could have been a 6-point game.
Braves still stuck under 30%. They run their 9th set. Oscar misses off the glass, and Sim gets the putback.
Man, that's a lot of heart. He's a big man, even a bigger heart. And Bular just willing his team that time to keep that possession alive, and comes away with a couple more rebounds, couple more points to go to his impressive stat line today.
Substitution for the Braves as Gosalje trying to shake off something.
Yeah, he's just cramping up. He's been cramping up almost since the start of the second half. And this time he'll probably have to be done for the night, but his team has 11-point lead right now, so they should be able to hold on without him. He has had a great night for the Lioneers.
Kind of stuck in an awkward position because the LED boards with the playing floors relatively close in the Plus League, and so Gosalje laying in front of the bench is kind of a dangerous position. So
he's getting some extra, an extra boost to get back to the bench. What are teammates for?
There's Loensen with his biggest assist of the night. Gosalje, 17 points. Has only missed 1 from the field. Trying to go fast. Jackie takes the 3 and all net with that one.
Down to 6 points. You got to take care of the ball. Lioneers get a good inbounds pass. They get it to who they want to have it. Oscar just got to control the ball, doing a little dance with the ball, with the music here in the stadium. They definitely like to score at least one more time, though.
Patient with it. That's the fast one. And with the dunk.
All right. Was that on purpose? I couldn't see it well enough. It happened fast, but if that was on purpose, that was a heck of a play and a risky play to do with it left, a minute left, even though it worked.
Smart knocks down the 3. Less than a minute left. It's still a 3-possession game. Goss trying to put the pressure on Oscar. They just need a stop. Williams forces one up. It's going to be an air ball. So kind of lucky for both teams that the clock stops there.
Yeah, that pass was deflected a little bit. I wasn't quite sure if Oscar meant to throw it off the backboard or not, but either way, it ended up in the right hands for the Lioneers.
Sure was excited, but Brendan Smart crashes the board and doesn't get it. Time running out. Looks like the Lioneers might be able to dribble it out. So up by 7. They're going to extend it to a 5-game winning streak. Table lets it play through. The Lioneers sweep this weekend, leapfrogging the Dreamers for 3rd and now leapfrogging the Braves for 2nd place.
Yeah, the purple comes down from the rafters. Lots to celebrate. If you're a Lioneers fan, Hsinchu Stadium is happy with the result, and it's been a lot of hard work. It's been a lot of guys stepping up for the Lioneers in these 5-game winning streak they're having. Starts with their point guard Oscar. You know, on the other side you got Sim Bular playing exceptional, and you got a lot of role players stepping up in crucial moments, making big plays as well.
Sim ends the game the top scorer at 32 and top rebounder at 18. For the Lioneers on the other side, Perry Jones, the lone import for the Braves, turned in 17 and 8 in almost 40 minutes of game played. We knew it was going to be a challenge for the Braves, and they did make it interesting there, but a lot of missed opportunities at the line, a lot of missed opportunities beyond the arc. So they're going to go down by a head-to-head margin and take 3 losses in a row against the Lioneers. For the first time, the home team has won in this season series.
Yeah, and big stat you got to look at is 59 rebounds for the Lioneers compared to just 44 total rebounds for the Braves, and those 15 extra rebounds provided a lot of extra points.
就是我们打的就是现在就是靠团队篮球嘛，然后家长给我们球员都很多信心，然后包含洋将也给我们很多信心，然后我们就是尽我们的办法，然后去帮助洋将，然后洋将会帮助我们。
The confidence that the coaches are giving them and the imports are giving them.
就是练习的时候不会这样传，可是这都是伦哥都会教我们控球要怎么用另外一种方式去传给布拉，可是就是。
The different kind of passes the guards will try to get the ball to Bular, and Chen saying, hey, we do practice that.
Maybe that was on purpose.
练球的时候就是他会跟我们讲他的想法，然后我们就是尽量的去做我们想要做的，可是我们最后就是配合辛巴的那个他要的球的位置之类的。
So the Lioneers say they asked Sim Bular how he likes to receive those passes and try to work to that end.
就是谢谢杰哥，然后他为球队付出，然后其实他的表现也让我们年轻人都可以学习到他的态度，所以就是辛苦他了。然后这场胜利就是也让就是代表让他就是不会被他的老东家觉放弃之类的。对。
Giving credit to Salje for playing well against his former team in 2 straight games. During yesterday's performance against the Dreamers as well. So thanks for Tianhao joining us in the post game. A victory for the Lioneers, shaking things up in the Plus League standings. Weeks ago, they were almost destined for the 4th place, but change of fortunes. We'll talk about that and more after this last time out. Wrapping things up from Hsinchu.
下。你差地失必胜，没错，谢谢。好，那麻烦呢，来天堂院的玩家，天堂院的玩家，等一下呢要参加呢赛后见面会的朋友在哪里？天堂院的玩家举个小手好吗？好，你们稍后一下好不好？球员在换洗衣服，好，再换衣服，稍后，不要走哦，不要走哦。
As the celebrations continue on the floor and elsewhere here in Hsinchu County Stadium, Lioneers pull out their 5th straight victory, extending the team a record, just like the Kings are as an expansion franchise. There's the combined team statistics. Lioneers shoot better from overall on the field, so the Braves are a little bit better from 3. But that rebounding margin in the end, too much for the Braves to overcome, and Lioneers able to temper those turnovers to prevent the Braves from making their comeback.
Yeah, lots of different stats to look at. You know, the free throws, the Braves shot under 50% from the free throw line. So when you lose a game by 7 and you miss 14 free throws, that's one thing to look at. You got to knock down free throws. You know, they did make a variety of good attempts from three-point land. It just wasn't enough. And that rebound difference is a big margin to overcome too. So tough night for the Braves, and a great job by the Lioneers to protect their home court.
5 Braves hit multiple three-pointers, but you still felt like it wasn't enough for this one. For the Lioneers, you're kind of experiencing what kind of known in the sports world as doing what is expected turns into sometimes the hardest thing. So the next Plus League game is game 40, as that is a postponed game. The Pilots hosting the Dreamers at Taoyuan Arena. That game tips off at 7:30 on Tuesday. So now the other teams kind of looking up at the Lioneers, figuring out how they're going to do their counters, as we have a little bit more than a month left in the Plus League season.
Yeah, still a lot of basketball, still plenty of time for the Braves guys to get back on track.
So on behalf of Xiaohu, Mark, the 6 teams in the league, we thank you for watching this one. Be sure to leave a like. We'll see you in the next one.
带回去再练。好，那接着想分别请桂宇跟就台